Hello there, everyone. Oh god, what just happened? Okay, there we go. Welcome to the Krita section of the stream or video if you're watching this as a video. Since I do these live, doing Blender first and then Krita, and I of course split the videos separately. Let me get that music back going. We'll get the whole Krita stuff on the screen soon. I just having some minor technical difficulties with Krita itself. Like I like having the software running on the back, just in case I need to do something like hands-on, like I did last time I messed with it, where I had me like make my own brush, which I did not save that brush, and now I'm having some more technical difficulties for some reason. What the hell, Krita? What are you doing? Just a drawing software. What? Blender doesn't even give me this sort of issues. I do have the documentation ready already. So we can carry on where we left off, which was on Canvas Brush Editor. What the actual devils? Come on. Krita, React. I hope I'm pronouncing this software properly. Okay, Krita really needs to get his shit together. Why is the editor not launching? It's using up resources, like saying, dude, I am launching, but you're not actually launching. It's actually overloading my encoder for some weird reason. It's been messing with OBS. Why the fuck is that happening? I'll be getting it on the screen in a second. Give me a sec. Damn, Krita is actually not behaving right now. Why is Krita taking so many resources just to launch when it uses a lot less than Blender? Blender launches even more smoothly than this. Come on, come on, what the hell's going on? Trying to get the task manager up to see if I can see if it's even showing up there. And maybe cancel it out and try and launch it again. Why is it opening two task managers? Hang on. I'll get the Krita stuff going in just a sec. I don't know why today Krita said to just not cooperate at all. Now I see the thing actually trying to launch. For some reason, it's not even letting me load Task Manager. Why are you eating resources that you don't even need? It's even messing with the music for some reason. I didn't have that running before because I had Blender running in the background before. Just in case any of its documentation part got into more hands-on stuff. Okay, now I just stopped my music completely. God damn it there, Krita. It's even fully bugged out, Krita, right now. I have a bugged out splash screen blocking absolutely everything that's not going away for some reason. God damn it, I hate it when this happens. Let me try this again. A lot of things is being bugged out because of Krita right now. And don't tell me to use Photoshop because I cannot pay for that thing. Photoshop is not free. How do I get rid of this goddamn splash screen that's actually eating up resources? It's even bugged, like completely bugged. Okay, I need to figure out how to refresh a few things now. Why are you opening again? I had actually closed you. I have to try and totally find how to end some of these because not even text is loading up now. But I did locate the one of the main issues. Hopefully that this what I'm doing on the background fixes it. Slowly, I don't know why it tried to open like 5 Kritas at the same time, even though I clicked it only once. There we go. I'm seeing more of them. Slowly but surely, things should be coming back to normal. Not entirely. Some things are still like heavily bugged. Like some things are not properly loading. I don't know why. Fortunately, I can intuitively navigate some of this stuff. I had to use it several times. Hang on, give me a second. I don't remember how to refresh the video driver. Things are still heavily bugged, but let's see if we can actually get the Krita going up and running and actually start this. Okay, now it's loading normally. I don't know what happened previously that it decided to just screw me over. Stuff still hella bugged. still looks normal. Background still looks normal. I need to reset my computer after the stream, but right now it seems to be working. Okay, is it not recognizing? Okay, there it is. Got the Krita in the background just in case I need it. Right there. Never mind, I'm not even showing it right now, sorry about that. Let me just transition over to it. There we go. There's a thing that for some reason bugged a lot of stuff. Let me see if it affected anything else. No, okay, things are still working normal for the most part. But let's get this over with. Krita, I don't know what happened with the software, that it did break a few things, particularly text related, that are now all completely bugged. You guys probably saw it when I showed the editor. Actually, you can probably see it from up top, right there. Some of the text is completely bugged. And same goes for the text measure. It's got completely bugged. I don't know what happened. Well, let's get this over with so we can get to fixing that later. Okay, on canvas brush editor. Krita's brush editor is, as you may know, on the F5 key, which it was mentioned in a previous section where they were like going just over it pretty quickly. However, something you just want to modify, sometimes you want to modify a single parameter quickly, perhaps even in Canvas. Hopefully my audio is actually working too. Okay, yes it is, goodness. Perhaps even in Canvas only mode. On Canvas brush editor or brush HUD allows you to do this. It's accessible from the pop-up palette by clicking on the lower right arrow button. You can change the amount of visible settings in their order by clicking in the settings icon next to the brush name. I'm not gonna mess with it now. On the left are all unused settings. On the right are all unused settings. You use these arrows buttons to move a setting between the two columns. The up and down buttons allow you to adjust the order of the used setting for when you think flow is more important than size. These setups are per brush engine, so different brush engines can have different configurations. Okay. I try to locate these arrows by looking at the image. I don't. I see this one here, but I guess this will change. Let's move on. Mirror tool. This is something I am going to rely on probably a lot because symmetry is hard for me in drawing. Especially once I do like, I don't know, what's it called again? I don't know what's it called again. You make it drawing to use as a reference sheet. There it is. I remember it. When you're trying to make a reference sheet and you got like a T-posing character that needs to be symmetrical in some way, then yeah, this is probably something I would really like. Especially when it comes to eyes. Eyes and hands are probably the hardest things to draw. As if I'll rely on this mirror tool. Draw on one side of the mirror line while the mirror tool copies the result on the other side. The mirror tools are accessed along the toolbar. You can move the location of the mirror line by grabbing the handle, grabbing the handle, which is probably like this image right here. Go away, antivirus. I don't want to deal with you right now. Also for options like this, like a mirror tool will be also very useful. That's probably one of some of the first things I'll probably start drawing, like simple objects. Again, I'll probably on the Discord I'll put like a question of what people want me to try and do, but also like keep it simple, please, guys. Link to my Discord down in the description below. Oh, and I'll do it on the outro. Something I forgot to do. Mirror tools give similar results to the multi-brush tool, but unlike the multi-brush, which only traces the brush strokes like the freehand brush tool, the mirror tool can be used with any other tool that traces strokes, such as the straight line tool and the Bezier curve tool, and even with the multi-brush tool. I don't know what this tool is, but it does highlight. That means I'll eventually see it. Horizontal mirror tool mirrors the result along the horizontal axis, vertical again the vertical axis. There are additional options for each tool. You can access these by clicking on the top. Let me start this over. There are additional options for each tool. You can access these by clicking the. This should not be there, but it's by clicking, not by the clicking. This should not exist right here. They need to delete it. That's why I was getting stuck. But a drop down arrow located on the right of each tool. Hide mirror XY line toggle locks the mirror axis and hides the axis line. I probably wouldn't hide it because I don't want to know where the mirror actually is. Locks XY line toggle hides the move icon of the axis line, of which I'm guessing it's this. Move the canvas center XY, move the axis line to the center of the canvas. Mirroring along the rotated line. The mirror tool can only mirror along a pers pers perfectly vertical or horizontal line. To mirror along a line that is a rotated angle, use the multi-brush tool and its various parameters. It has more advanced options besides basic symmetry. That's good to know. Like, say I wanted you to draw this like diagonally, that would help. Multi-brush tool is probably something we'll get to later. Let me drink water real quick. Is music actually going? Yes, it is. Just drinking some water. It is really hot here. If I was watching the video, you'll probably hear the fan in the background. It is summer for me, and it's the moment of this video. It is really hot. So I'm drinking water constantly and having the fan on constantly. Painting with assist, which is something I'm gonna be relying on at least at the beginning, because I'm not an artist. I am gonna struggle quite a bit. This would actually be very handy for some lines. The assistant system allows you to have a little help while drawing straight lines or circles. They can function as a preview shape, or you can snap onto them with the freehand brush tool. In the tool options of the freehand brush, you can toggle snap to assistant to turn on snapping. Back to snapping. I was just reading snapping on Blender just recently. It's a vanishing point assist in action, which is something I probably will rely on when making like some kind of room, or like this, like a street with some buildings. We shall see. Or maybe when drawing, like we're looking at an object at an angle and I want to make that effect. Following assistants are available in Krita. Types. There are several types in Krita. You can select a type of assistant via the tool option docker. Ellipse, an assistant for drawing ellipses and circles, pretty handy. This assist consists of 3 points. The first 2 are the axis of the ellipse, and the last one is to determine its width. I guess I'm gonna have to experiment with that a little bit. Concentric ellipse, the same as ellipse, but allows for making ellipses that are concentric to each other, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If you press the shift key while holding the first 2 handles, they will snap to perfectly horizontal or vertical lines. Press the shift key while holding the 3rd handle and it will snap onto the perfect circle. Sorry, I was scratching a little bit. There's some mosquitoes here today. Perspective ellipse. alternative assistance for drawing ellipses. It can be used either simply to draw an ellipse. Simply, is this simply or simply? I think simply. To draw an ellipse defined by a tetragon, which the ellipse is tangential to, or in a perspective as an ellipse representing the perspective transformation of a circle, which I can kind of see it a little bit here. I kind of do see a few uses for that when drawing perspective, like I'm drawing like a table or something. I can see with some stuff in it. I see myself relying on something like this. The assistant consists of 4 points, which are the corners of the tetragon defining the ellipse, with X like marks showing the location of the vanishing point from the perspective. Like another thing that I can think of, like maybe you're looking from very high but in an angle. That could also work. There are 2 sets of lines inside the ellipse. One solid, the lines connecting points where the ellipse touches the tetragon. There are 2 sets of lines inside the alright, I just read that. Sorry, I was just getting the music going again. There are the axes of the circle in perspective. The dotted lines represent the current actual axes of the final ellipse. Okay, I don't know why they are different. I guess I'll see the use for it once I actually start drawing with it. Perspective. This ruler allows you to draw and manipulate grids on the canvas that can serve as perspective guides for your painting. A grid can be added to your canvas by first clicking to the tool on the toolbar and then clicking 4 points on the canvas, which will serve as the 4 corners of the grid. Okay, but I'm seeing more than 4 dots here. This grid can be used with the perspective sensor, which can influence brushes. The grid can be manipulated by pulling on any of the 4 corners. The grid can be extended by clicking and dragging the midpoints of one of the edges. Hey there, Cameron, how you doing? This will allow you to expand the grid at other angles. This process can be repeated on any subsequent grid or grid section. You look lonely, so sub. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, this is I'm doing as my own little project to try and one probably make 2D and 3D assets for when I start making games on Unreal, and two like to eventually make like maybe my own avatar as for probably other drawings I might do on my own. It's something I do want to kind of get into, but I don't know how to use Krita. So that's why I'm going a bit to the documentation to understand. I'm probably going to be using these at first, these assist, to make drawing a little bit easier, since I am no artist myself. Let's see. Where did I leave off? I still haven't said what the first thing I'm gonna draw. I'll probably put it on my Discord, or like the question of when I actually start drawing, what would you like me to see drawing first. I will probably want to keep it simple while I get used to using Krita. I don't use Photoshop because I can't pay for it. Does Photoshop have these assists? I don't recall it having those. That's when I saw my brother using it when he was going to college. If you press the shift key while holding any of the corner handles, they'll snap to one of the other corner handles. Set. You can delete any grid by clicking on the cancel button at its center. This tool can be used to build a reference for complex scenes. I use Illustrator more than Photoshop. Illustrator. I think I've heard of that one. I don't know if that one was even free. I chose Krita because my brother recommended it to me and because it was free. Now I'm glad it has these assists. I'm probably gonna be if it's Adobe, then yeah, it's not free. Adobe doesn't have like anything that's free. The ones that aren't actually good. If I were to, I might like eventually I try to draw something like this, just not this, but I'm glad I have the access to these things to help me simulate perspective and get an idea of where my lines are gonna be to simulate like proportion or distance. Ruler. There are 3 assistants in this group. Ruler helps create a straight line between 2 points. Infinite Ruler extrapolates a straight line beyond 2 points on the canvas. Parallel Ruler. This ruler allows you to draw lines parallel to the line between 2 points anywhere on the canvas. If you press shift key while holding the first 2 handles, they will snap to perfectly horizontal or vertical lines. I've been asking streamers this weird question, and I'm gonna ask you now. Are you ready for it? It's your opinion, by the way. Okay, ask away. New in version 5.1 of these, the ruler assist also has extra options to add markers. What would you call it? What would you call it if you backflip in a pool of hamburgers? What would I call that? Ooh. That's a tough one. Full of hamburgers. One, I don't know why you would do that. I mean, all that grease. Two, a waste of food. Let me think. What would I call it? Backflip into a pool of hamburger. I asked someone and they said double flip. What would I call it? The Big Mac flip, maybe? What else? What else can I think of? Other people said Cowabunga burger flips, somersault back burger, and Mac flip. That was actually good. The Mac flip. Back burger. That also sounds good. Some people are actually giving some big ones. Yeah, Big Mac flip. I'd say it'd be more like a Big Mac flip. Especially since I'm the type of go for the Big Mac. Like, I do eat a lot. Well, I am a dragon after all, so good. It is to be expected. Subdivisions. This adds notches to the length of the assistant, evenly spread over the assistant. You have their little spot. Hot. Thank you. It did take me a while to make this from random assets on some Chinese website, but at least I got to look close enough to what I actually had in mind. I am looking forward to actually trying what I actually had in mind, but it will be some time before I do that, when I get the hang of Krita first. And also get a hang of drawing. Like I said, I am no artist. I'm probably gonna end up struggling a little bit. And probably relying on the mirror function a bit. Particularly to get the eyes right. I tried drawing eyes, but whenever I try, like, they never feel aligned to me. Also for the horns, to make sure they're in the right spot. Kinda wanna make a reference sheet first. And eventually maybe try and put it on through Blender to make like a low poly version or something. What animes do you like to watch? I do watch a bit of variety, but I am mostly lean towards like action, adventure, comedy. Let me think. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, which I need to find a site to finish watching it. Overlord. What was the other one I was watching last? It's occasionally. I am a coward when it comes to horror. Hey, every time I play a horror game on my streams, I generally leave it for the month of horror. Although I do want to get more into doing some more horror stuff. Right now it is a little bit hard because, well, there's a 4-month-old baby brother close by, and these walls are pretty thin. And I don't want to traumatize the little guy. Minor subdivision. This adds extra smaller notches between the subdivision. I guess I could use this to like help keep some lines like aligned or something. Promise Neverland, Attack on Titan. I did watch Attack on Titan. I didn't finish it. Like, I got one point I got sick of Eren Yeager and just stopped. High School of the Dead. I want to watch High School of the Dead. And Tokyo Ghoul. I have not seen that one. Parasite doesn't sound familiar. Another, I've heard of it. I heard it's good. Haven't gone around to actually watch it. When They Cry, Devilman Crybaby, and many others. Oh, Devilman Crybaby is one I've been curious about. I gotta hop onto that one. And I heard it's supposedly good. I do definitely want to. Oh, I was also watching. Is it Demon Hunter? Demon Slayer? No, Demon Slayer. I think it was. I have been watching that one. I haven't watched the movie yet. Yeah, I watched the first entire season. I still need to watch the movie for that one. I did like that one. Spline. What kind of assistant is this? This assistance allows you to position and adjust 4 points to create a cubic. Best. I cannot pronounce this. Besire. I think that's what I was going. Curve. You can then draw along the curve, snapping your brush strokes directly on the curve line. Perfect curves every time. There are a few old animes I would like to watch again since it's been a long time, like Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho. What's this other one again? It's been a long time since I watched Hunter x Hunter. I never finished watching because they stopped airing it here in Argentina where I'm at. Never got to see the ending of it. I'm gonna have to start from the beginning because it's been a while. I don't mind swear words in anime. I mean, I've seen some violent ones. Black Hero, Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories, I play what's the original one. Although I don't know if you heard about the dub of Ghost Stories, which that pretty much became its own abridged thing. Fortunately, here in Argentina, we got a better dub of Ghost Stories. We didn't get that abridged stuff. My god, what a watch that is in English. Claymore, I don't think I've heard of that one. Black Lagoon, yeah, I have heard of it. I think I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't had time to actually watch the whole thing. Perfect curves. I might actually rely on this one to make the curves look right. If you press the shift key while holding the first two handles, they will snap to perfectly horizontal or vertical lines. Press the shift key while holding the third or fourth handle, they will snap relative to the handle of the attack. Michigo and Hatchin don't sound familiar. At least they're not air here. I might need to look into those. Oh, Berserker! I remember I started watching the original Berserker way back then. I need to start watching that one again. Although I don't know if they are ever gonna be able to finish because didn't the Berserker author die or something, or was that a different franchise similar to it? I don't remember now. That there was another anime slash manga where its author actually died before finishing it. That was actually, I think Berserker was it. Can't remember right now. vanishing point. This is probably I'm going to be using it quite a bit. This assistant allows you to create a vanishing point, typically used for a horizon line. A preview line is drawn in all four shapes, for snapped lines, and draw to this line. And so, like music anime. Have I seen any musical anime? I can't remember. K-On! Oh, I was gonna watch K-On! At one point, but then something came up and it had to put that one on hold, and then I forgot about it. Attack OP Destiny, haven't heard of that one. Given and Show by Rock, I think I've heard of that. High School Idol Project, I think I've seen bits and pieces when going around the internet, but I don't think I've watched that one yet. But K-On! I know I did want to try and watch that one, but then something came up and I forgot about it. It is one point with 4 helper points to align to the previously created perspective line. They are made and manipulated by the assist tool. Sad animes. Oh, I think there was an anime that made me cry once. Oh, it was so long ago too. I can't remember what its name was. Oh, it was one anime that was like really emotional. I can't remember the name of it. It was been so long ago since I watched it. Oh, Made in Abyss, I need to pick up now I remember it. Like, I watched the first season, I haven't continued watching that one. I think there's already another season for that. But I haven't found a place to actually watch it. Since Crunchyroll went all full premium, so I need to find somewhere where I can watch it without pirating. And my music died. There we go. Grave of the Fireflies. Oh yeah, that one was sad. I'm trying to keep my grandma from watching that one. She's curious about that one. I keep on telling her, don't. It's really sad. 5 centimeters per second. Doesn't sound familiar. Wolf Children. I did watch that one. I did like it. I think I've watched that one like 3 times actually. There was a time where it will be broadcasting on TV here. Planet, I haven't actually watched that one. Whisper of the Heart, didn't hear about that one. Garden of Worlds, sounds familiar. Your Light in April, I heard is pretty emotional. I haven't gone around and watching it because of that. And Spirit Away, oh, that's one I've watched several times as well. Although I wouldn't consider Spirit Away a sad anime, actually. It is an emotional anime, but I wouldn't consider it exactly sad. It does have a bit of sad in it because she never gets to see her friend Kohaku. Anime in Your Name. Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Oh, I actually think I saw that one as well. It's been quite some time. That one, I did like that one a bit. Silent Voice doesn't sound familiar. Children Who Chase Lost Voices. I never heard of that one. I might need to check it out. Let's see. Changed in version 4.1. The Vanishing Point Assist is also shows several general lines. That's gonna be useful. When you've just created or when you just moved the vanishing point assistant, it will be selected. This means you can modify the amount of lines shown in the tool options of the assistant tool. I do plan on trying my character in several situations. This vanishing point might actually help quite a bit. These are cute and adorable animes. Oh, I like cute and adorable things, and I think, what have I watched that's like that? I haven't watched those very many of those. I can't remember right now off the top of my head any. Fisheye point. I don't know if I will use this. Lucky Star. I think I started it once, but I didn't finish it. Komi Can Communicate. Oh, I love that one. Komi Can Communicate. That's actually a really good one. I did transitive. I think I watched the entire first season. I don't remember the second season was. I think there is a second season already. Can't remember right now. Aharen Sands and Oren High School Host Club. Aharen sounds familiar. Oh, Miss Kobayashi, I already watched the whole thing. So of what's out so far, I believe. I need to check in if there's any new episodes. But even the shorts I watched, I really like Kobayashi. It's so wholesome. And yet funny at times. Like the vanishing point assistant, this assistant is per a set of parallel lines in a 3D space. So to use it effectively, use two, where the second is at a 90-degree angle of the first, and adds a vanishing point in the center of both, or combine one with a parallel ruler and the vanishing point, or even one with two vanishing points, and the possibilities are quite large. I don't think I would rely too much on this fisheye view. No, in Miss Kobayashi, sometimes I feel like kinda steals the show. Kind is really adorable. This assistant will not just give feedback, snapping between the vanishing point, but also give feedback to the relative left and right of the assistant. This is so you can use the edge case like panoramas with relative ease. If you press the shift key while holding the first two handles, they will snap to perfectly horizontal or vertical lines. Press the shift key while holding the third handle and it snaps. I don't know if I'll use this fisheye point ever. Just watch. I don't know if I should say the anime. I don't know if TOS would allow it. Like maybe ecchi stuff would be allowed. Like Monster Musume is one I watch, and that one's actually okay. No, I know that one. I did not watch it. I did see Noble suffer through that. Noble from Lost Pause. I am not falling for that trap. But like close to what that one would be, like Monster Girl Doctor that I watched, Monster Musume. Well, I did like both. Wanna know them? Look it up online. Maybe what I might want to watch is that time I got reincarnated as a farmer on another world or something like that. I haven't watched that one, and I'm curious about it. Two-point perspective. Oh, what was this other demon one that I watched? Nah, I haven't finished watching it. Like, I got, I think, the first season out of the way. But, the one with the red glove with a green gem on it. I can't remember. High School DxD, was it? I need to pick that one up at some point. They gave me quite the laughs a few times. This assistant simplifies the setup of two-point perspective by combining the function of the vanishing point assistant and the parallel vertical ruler into one single assistant. Additionally, it displays accurate square grid panel of the configured perspective, which can help you visualize tune and intensity of the perspective distortion. This will help making like a large room or a station, like it shows like right down here. Yeah, but I'm not falling for that trap. I am not falling for that one. Destiny, an extra option in the tools option. This controls how dense the grid is. Enable vertical ruler. This allows you to display a vertical ruler so that the assistant is only two vanishing points in the grid. This down here, that vanishing point here, vanishing point here. This is definitely something I'll probably rely on a little bit. In the above image, the 2 points perspective with an area limited is enough to draw an indoor area. The assistant is colored in blue here. Tips: you can hold specific key combinations while moving the vanishing point to activate the following behaviors. Hold the vanishing point will only move along the horizontal line. This is actually good to know. Control the grid will rotate along the vanishing point and on the horizon line. This allows you to easily draw several points, several 2-point objects that belong on the same scene at various angles to each other. I don't know how much of that I would actually use. Control Shift. Both vanishing points move to change the visual size of the grid's field of view. And wait, is this actually gonna have me do something with it? Tutorials. Check out this depth discussion and tutorial on. I'm not gonna hop on to this video because I know there's an issue in showing videos from other channels on YouTube due to like copyright, so I'll probably end up watching this video on my own time for safety. I don't want to have to deal with any copyright issues. Setting up Krita for technical drawing like a perspective. So now that you've seen a wide range of drawing assistant in Krita offers, here are some an example of how using this assistant can set up Krita for technical drawings. This tutorial below should give you an idea on how to set up the assistant for a specific type of technical views. If you want to instead do a true projection, check out the projection category, which I don't think I've gotten to that. I don't want to skip anything. Orthographic. Orthographic is a mode where you try to look at something from the left or the front. Typically, you try to keep everything in exact scales with each other, unlike perspective deformation. The key assistant you want to use here is the parallel ruler. You can set these up horizontally or vertically, so you always have access to a grid. Axonometric. That's a weird word. All of these are set up using 3 parallel rulers. I guess that would be similar like X, Y, C, or something along those lines. Oblique, I think that's how it's pronounced. The oblique sets 2 parallel rulers to horizontal and vertical, and 1 to an angle representing depth. Like something around here, but with this grid it's kind of hard to tell for me. How do they use this as a proper example? It's kind of hard to tell. I can see these 2 lines here, but all these squares are actually messing with my eyes right now. Dimetric and isotropic. Isotropic perspective has technically all 3 rulers set up at 120 degrees from each other, except when it's game isometric. Then it's a type of dimetric projection where the diagonal values are 116.565 degrees, a little too specific, from the main. The latter can be easily set by snapping the assistant to the grid. I guess I could use this to design a 2D level when I start doing more of the Unreal stuff. Like we get hands on trying to do something 2D. Like this could help to like design through drawing a 2D level. Trimetric is when all the angles are slightly different. Often looks like a slightly angled isometric. Linear perspective. Guess like this is that trimetric a little bit because this looks a little bit angled, and it's not like a perspective. 1 point perspective. A 1 point perspective is set up using 1 vanishing point and 2 crossing perpendicular parallel rulers. Of which, why is this so small? I can't really tell where the vanishing point actually is. nor where the rulers are. The music. What music do you like to listen? I do write my music, but generally I listen to like hard rock and heavy metal. I don't put that stuff here on my stream because I don't know any that isn't copyrighted. So right now I just put any random ambient music here. I like many types of music, but my most favorite is lo-fi, chill waves, emo mixer with rap, mixed with rap. Those are pretty good ones as well. I do write what I listen. Yeah, my favorite like rock and heavy and heavy metal, like hard rock and heavy metal. But I do like listen to other stuff like that emo mixed with rap. I do listen every once in a while. Sometimes I look for something chill, like the ambient stuff that I'm listening to now. Alternative rock as well. I do listen to the occasional rap. I am picky with that one. Same goes with pop. Pop I'm a bit picky with it, but I do listen to some of it. Two-point perspective. A two-point perspective is set up using two vanishing points and one vertical parallel ruler, often putting the vanishing point outside the frame. A little can decrease the strength of it. You can also use 2-point perspective ruler to set this one up very quickly. Two perspective ruler. Like I see here's the central point, but very kind of hard to tell what it's actually describing here. I guess here it's kind of more noticeable because you got a perspective of looking down, but also what's in front. Sometimes I even listen to like chiptune every once in a while as well. The occasional techno. 3-point perspective. A 3-point perspective is set up using 3 vanishing point ruler. Logic of the vanishing point. Three vanishing points? I do see a bit of use to that. There are little secrets that represent that perspective tutorials don't always tell you, and that's that a vanishing point is a method where any two parallel lines meet. This means that a 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective are virtually the same. You can prove this via a little experiment. That's that good old problem, drawing a railroad. Yeah, I have seen this being used as a common example for vanishing points. Let's see. You're probably familiar with the problem how to determine where the next beam is going to be. As perspective projection will make them look closer together. Typically, the solution is to draw a line in the middle and then draw 2 lines diagonally across after after all, those lines are parallel, meaning that the exact same distance is used. Oh, I can see what it's doing down here. But because there are parallels, when we can use the vanishing point assistant instead, and we use the aligning handle to align it to the diagonal of the beam and to the horizontal here marked with the red. So this is how they draw the planks while still maintaining this illusion of the vanishing point. That diagonal can then be in turn be used to determine the position of the beams, which I can kind of see them like right there when they draw those diagonals. That's actually very helpful. I think my music died a little bit. There we go. Because any given set of lines have a vanishing point outside the ones flat on the view plane, there can be infinite amount of vanishing points in a linear perspective. Therefore, Krita allows you to set vanishing points yourself instead of forcing you to only use a few. That's actually very nice. And here's that fisheye perspective stuff. I do like the fact that they're showing this animation. Why didn't they use that up here as well? That would be very useful if they did that. Fisheye perspective works much the same as the linear perspective. The big difference being that the fisheye perspective, in the fisheye perspective, any parallel set of lines have two vanishing points, each for one side. To set them up, the easiest way is one horizontal, one vertical on the same spot, and one vanishing point assistant on the middle. Oh, you see like the lines move as it moves around. Okay, I'm just looking at what it's doing. Oh, I think I get it now. So this is more like to guide you, okay, where the curve should be for when you're drawing something. I don't know how much of this I'm going to rely on. I'm not that much of a big fan of that fisheye view. Like, to me, it's always looked weird. But you can also make one horizontal one that is just as big as the other horizontal one, and put it halfway. Huh? I can see this horizontal one, but is it talking about this bent one? I don't know. But oh well. That finishes up. What was this again? Painting with assistant, which is something I'm probably gonna be relying on at first. Next Tuesday we'll start with working with images. Because I'm gonna close the Krita right now because it's broken right now for some reason. And let me switch to the other layout because I'm gonna leave it there. This Krita part went longer than it potentially should have been. Like normally I do like 1 hour of it, and unfortunately I did have that rough start with it because Krita didn't want to cooperate and it bugged out several things. So I'm gonna have to restart my computer to fix those problems. Well, hopefully a reset actually works. But oh well. Honestly, I am glad Krita has close assist. I'm gonna start like simple when I start drawing, but when I start like drawing something like my character in some kind of scene, I might rely on those assists. Or when I'm trying to like draw a background for my stream, like for my character for where I'm at, instead of just sending in the blue void, maybe draw something to put there instead. What am I gonna draw? I don't know yet. And if anyone's in my Discord, like maybe in the art section, leave some suggestions or something. But we shall see. That's available ways from now anyways, because I still don't know how Krita works entirely. Like so far the only hands-on stuff I've done is making my own brush. I was actually looking more music options for my stream eventually, so I am enjoying these ambient stuff, so it is nice and calming and it feels like it works well for now. But anyways, first gonna do a YouTube outro. So I'm pretty sure there's a few things I didn't understand. So for those watching the video, let me know in the comments below. Explain those parts I actually didn't understand properly, or what some of those words that weren't properly explained actually mean. So for a few words I actually don't know what they mean. Like if I had never heard of them. And let's see. Yeah, at least for now that's gonna be it. I can't think of anything else to add there on this. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.